Hello, my name is Barbara O'Neill. You may have experienced the sensation that your legs are becoming weaker, more unstable, or more difficult to move each morning. I'd like to demonstrate a straightforward breakfast dish that has the potential to restore your sense of steadiness and strength. It is something that you have probably seen 100 times. It costs less than a cup of tea, and it has assisted a great number of elderly people, including my neighbor David, in transitioning from standing with the assistance of the armrest to walking without assistance. This is especially true if you consume it before 8 in the morning, since studies have shown that it can help minimize the loss of leg muscle by as much as 72%. In addition, many people say that they have less cramping, stronger steps, and even greater balance within a short period of time. However, this is the aspect that the majority of people are unaware of. There is a possibility that the very first thing you consume in the morning is causing your legs to get weaker without your knowledge. If you are interested in reversing the effects of leg aging after the age of 60, I will guide you through 5 simple breakfast foods that can help repair muscle, enhance circulation, and even reverse the process. In addition, I will reveal one startling meal at the end of this article, which is simply a slice eaten in the morning that has helped hundreds of elderly people feel as though they have their legs back again. First things first, let's begin with what I regard to be the cornerstone, which is entire eggs. It's not simply because you're getting older. If you've been experiencing a lack of strength or stability in your legs, it could be because you aren't eating enough in the morning. Not only that, but it is not about pricey powders or gimmicky supplements either. Where is the true issue? The majority of older citizens either do not consume breakfast or choose for bread, coffee, or cereals that are high in sugar. However, following a night of sleep, your body is in a state associated with the loss of muscle. Moreover, the muscles in your legs are the first ones that it draws energy from. That is why eggs, and especially entire eggs, are of such great significance. They are filled with nutrients that are beneficial to muscle regeneration, such as vitamin D, B12, and leucine, which is a potent amino acid that instructs your body to stop breaking down muscle and begin rebuilding it. And this is the most exciting part. You do not require a really large dinner. For a short period of time, eating just 1 or 2 eggs at the appropriate times will help you maintain your strength, prevent cramps, and even enhance your balance. So, this is the precise way to carry it out. Within the first 30 to 60 minutes of waking up, consume 1 or 2 eggs that have been boiled or lightly scrambled. Constantly consume the yolk. There, the majority of the essential nutrients can be found. If you want to get an additional burst of minerals, you can combine it with spinach or tomato. Maintain a straightforward approach. Consistency is essential, simply because you will be able to feel the difference in how your legs move, how they support you, and how they recover day after day when you eat eggs with intention, rather than merely out of habit. A single egg that is timed correctly can make the difference between needing assistance to rise up and being able to stand up on your own. But let me tell you something. Building is aided by eggs. You are going to need to combine your leg muscles with the appropriate kind of nourishment in order to ensure that they have a consistent supply of energy to power them throughout the morning. Time 2 is where we come in at this time. Now, this one is a standard, but unfortunately it is frequently ignored. This is the meal that brings about a reduction in the exhaustion that you experience in the middle of the morning, the stiffness in your legs, and the sudden cramps that appear out of nowhere. Therefore, let's discuss chia seeds with oats, shall we? A mix of ingredients that is gentle and nourishing, which helps to restore balance, enhances muscle function, and gives long-lasting energy for the day ahead. At first glance, it would appear to be nothing more than a straightforward bowl of porridge. Nevertheless, when it is constructed correctly, it makes a significant difference in the way that it supports your body, particularly your legs. In addition to providing energy that is released gradually, oats include a unique type of fiber known as beta-glucan, which assists in the regulation of blood sugar levels and enables the body to absorb nutrients more efficiently, particularly protein, which is essential for the maintenance of strong muscles. In addition to magnesium, potassium, calcium, and healthy fats, chia seeds also contribute something else that is equally beneficial. The appropriate contraction of your leg muscles, the alleviation of cramps, and the improvement of blood flow are all benefits of these nutrients, particularly in areas that tend to become more rigid or weak with age. But let me tell you something. The vast majority of individuals make this more difficult than it should be. Now, Allow me to present you with a straightforward and accurate method for preparing it. You should begin with around 3 tablespoons of rolled oats. Cook them in water or unsweetened nut milk until they reach the desired consistency. Incorporate 1 spoonful of chia seeds into the mixture. To add a touch of sweetness and additional minerals, you can finish it off with a few slices of banana or berries from the fruit bowl. Consume this within the first hour of waking up, while your muscles are still in the sensitive state that they are in after lying down. You will become aware of the distinction. Over the course of your morning, you will experience more energizing sensations, fewer cramps, and quicker steps. In addition, if you are someone who has trembling when climbing stairs, or who wakes up with tingling or numbness in the legs, this simple adjustment to your morning routine can help you regain your equilibrium in more ways than one. David is 69 years old, previously worked as a construction engineer, climbing scaffolding, hiking job sites, and working a full day from sunrise to sunset without any problems. However, as of late, the act of simply getting out of bed could feel like hauling 2 bags of cement. In some mornings, his knees were stiff and his feet were absolutely numb. Other mornings, his feet felt like lead. It felt like they were pushing a rusty old machine as they made their way to the porch to get the paper. After that, he failed to take a step one morning. The fall was not significant, and he did not get any injuries as a result of it. The realization that his legs were no longer the same was the thing that frightened him. It was also witnessed by his wife. The pace of his movement slowed down. When he wanted to get off the couch, he used his arms. How about the cramps? Today, almost every single night. But there was no diabetes or arthritis. Exactly what medical professionals refer to as the after 60 phase. When the muscles in the legs become weaker, equilibrium begins to degrade, and independence begins to disappear without any prior warning. That tumble served as a wake-up call for him. He accomplished something that the majority of people do not do. He investigated the matter. The reality was revealed to him after he viewed videos, read the study, and had a conversation with a dietitian. Your legs will either become weaker or stronger, depending on what you consume first thing in the morning. There will be no more missing breakfast, and there will be no more drinking black coffee on an empty stomach in the future. It was then that he began providing his body with genuine nourishment. Consuming foods that are beneficial to circulation help prevent muscle loss and help regain strength. And what do you think? After only 3 weeks, he was able to sense the change. We had an easier time getting out of bed. No more shaky steps, no more. No more cramping around the clock. He was able to walk approximately 2 kilometers every morning without experiencing any pain, without the need for a cane, and without any fear by the 8th week. On a particular morning, he looked at his wife and stated, "I feel like I've got my legs back." Not because of good fortune, but because of breakfast. He was successful, and if he is able to accomplish it, then you are able to as well. This gets me to the following point. One particular fruit is particularly useful for protecting your leg muscles, particularly if you have been experiencing cramping. This fruit performs a very important role in this regard. Following that, we will discuss that. The third item on the breakfast menu is a banana. When it comes to relieving cramps, supporting nerve signals, and protecting your legs throughout the day, we are not just adding something new. Rather, we are taking something that is already familiar and utilizing it in the appropriate manner. How does it operate exactly? Bananas include a high concentration of potassium, which is an essential element that plays a significant part in preventing your leg muscles from constricting, twitching, or giving out without any prior warning. When persons over the age of 60 wake up, the majority of them are in a mild condition of dehydration and mineral loss. This is especially true if they have gone without eating for the entire night, or if they are using medications such as diuretics. A single banana eaten first thing in the morning can subtly rectify that situation. However, the time is important. Do not consume it first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. Hold off until after you have finished eating your eggs or oatmeal. During this time, the potassium is absorbed most effectively, and the effect it has on your legs is quite evident. Typically, you will start to feel it by the middle of the morning, movement that is less rigid, with fewer spasms, and with less jerkiness. Throughout the course of the day, this is how you can make it work the best possible. If you are watching your blood sugar levels, select a banana that is slightly underripe and small to medium in size. It should not be consumed with coffee on its own. For it to be effective, it must be consumed in conjunction with food. If you want to make your breakfast more complete, you can either have it with yogurt or add it to your oatmeal. Moreover, the magnesium and vitamin B6 that are found in bananas should not be overlooked. Especially whether you are walking, balancing, or climbing stairs, these are beneficial to your nervous system because they help your brain and muscles remain in rhythm with one another. Rather than eating more, the focus should be on eating more intelligently. Consuming a single little banana with the purpose of reducing nighttime cramps and protecting the coordination that you rely on to maintain your stability can be beneficial. Additionally, if you have been experiencing jitteriness, heaviness, or restlessness in your legs as of late, this diet may be the one that brings about the desired transformation. However, if you want to go beyond simply supporting your muscles and truly repair the damage that occurs while you are sleeping, there is one item in particular that provides your body with the adequate amounts of protein, calcium, and probiotics that it requires in order to regenerate: Greek yogurt or yogurt. In the meantime, let's talk about something that is gentle, uncomplicated, and subtly strong. Greek yogurt is not limited to being a topping for breakfast. That is one of the most mild ways to support your digestion, protect your muscles, and assist your body in absorbing more from the meals that you are already eating. This is especially beneficial for older citizens. Getting the full advantage of nutrients, particularly those that your legs depend on, such as protein, calcium, and magnesium, becomes more difficult after the age of 60, since many individuals use medications or battle with slower digestion. This makes it more difficult to acquire the full effect of nutrients. These are the areas in which Greek yogurt excels. There is a high concentration of something known as probiotics, which are beneficial bacteria that improve your digestive tract and make it easier for your body to make use of the nutrients you consume. When you have a healthy digestive system, everything else in your body, including your balance, circulation, and muscle strength, functions even more effectively. Additionally, it contains casein, which is a protein that digests slowly and provides nourishment to your muscles throughout the morning. This is especially beneficial if you do not consume a substantial breakfast. On top of that, the study supports this. The results of a study conducted by Maastricht University indicate that older persons who had 20 grams of casein protein every morning, which is similar to the amount of protein that is present in Greek yogurt, experienced significant gains in their leg strength in just 6 weeks. They also reported having fewer cramps during the night and improved balance despite the fact that they exercised very little. So, how exactly do you put it to use? Maintain a straightforward and uncomplicated approach. If you want to avoid sugary flavors and added fruit, choose for Greek yogurt that is unsweetened. You can consume it on its own, or you can add a spoonful of oats, a few chia seeds, or some berries to it in order to provide it with additional minerals. Do not be concerned if you have a sensitivity to dairy products. There are varieties that are lactose-free or even made with goat milk, which many people find to be easier to digest. There is no requirement that Greek yogurt be the primary attraction, especially in situations where your body requires a little bit of additional support in order to feel powerful and solid. It is the quiet companion, something modest that makes everything else perform better on its own. In addition, if you have been experiencing issues with digestion recently, or if meals leave you feeling bloated or exhausted, this is a gentle place to begin, as it will help you heal from the inside out. Fuel, fiber, protein, and minerals have all been discussed up to this point. So, what happens if you walk for a short distance and still experience pain or inflammation in your legs deep within the muscle? To conclude, there is one more food that can assist with that. How about we go there next? Salmon that has been pan-seared tops the list of morning foods. Getting enough food is a primary concern for the majority of older citizens, but they do not get enough of the appropriate kind of support for inflammation, circulation, and healing. The salmon comes into play at this point. Certainly, this is not any old fish. In addition to being loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, high-quality protein, and important vitamins, it is a natural muscle protector that your legs are demanding. It is because of this why it is so successful. Omega-3 fatty acids have the ability to reduce the level of deep inflammation in the body. This is the type of inflammation that accumulates in your joints and muscles as you get older, resulting in pain, stiffness, and swelling that does not seem to go away. However, if you consume salmon on a regular basis, Even if it is only once or twice a week, it can assist your body in reducing inflammation, repairing muscle tissue, and improving your ability to move and recover with ease. And what is the most exciting part? To experience the change, you do not need to consume a substantial amount of food. For the purpose of promoting circulation, alleviating tightness, and increasing leg strength over time, a modest amount that is pan-seared or lightly baked is sufficient. The correct way to do it is as follows. If you can, opt for salmon that was caught in the wild. It should be pan-seared in a little bit of olive oil for about 3 to 4 minutes on each side, until the exterior is golden brown and the interior is soft. No need to overcook the food. When you combine it with a few vegetables that have been steamed or sweet potatoes, which are rich in minerals, you have a complete meal that will support your legs. If you don't feel like cooking first thing in the morning, that's perfectly fine. You might try a few slices of smoked salmon that is not sweetened. Another option is to take a supplement that contains high-quality fish oil. And, in case you were wondering, is it really that effective? According to a study that was published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, older persons who consumed fatty fish on a daily basis shown significant gains in walking speed, improved balance, and a 36% reduced chance of falling owing to leg weakness. Do not, therefore, ignore it. Salmon is not a particularly fancy food. However, when it is correctly prepared, it provides your legs with the exact kind of support that they require, particularly in situations where nothing else appears to be effective. In addition, if you frequently experience leg pain, shakiness, or swelling after a long day, salmon may be the quiet strength that your legs have been looking for all alongside. In the interest of those of you who have remained with me until the very end, I would like to present the one food that I guarantee will quietly support your legs each and every day. Now, this one isn't too fancy at all. Neither a bottle nor a capsule nor a powdered combination are available for purchase. When it comes to providing support for your legs, however, this is the food that you should be eating. I will explain why the majority of elderly people wake up feeling a little exhausted. In addition to your nerves, your muscles are experiencing a lack of energy, your electrolytes are out of balance, and your nerves are not firing as they used to. This combo is very effective in that regard, silently but with great force. Sweet potatoes are loaded with carbs that release their energy gradually, which allows them to gently restore the energy that is present in your leg muscles. Your body is protected against the morning heaviness, twitching, and muscle exhaustion that come with advancing age because they do not cause a spike in blood sugar like toast or cereal does. Instead, they provide your body with steady sustenance. However, what truly sets this dish apart from others is the addition of a small amount of genuine mineral salt, such as Celtic sea salt, which is sprinkled on top. This salt, in contrast to normal table salt, contains a multitude of trace minerals, including magnesium and potassium in high concentrations. The minerals that are used by your muscles to contract, relax, and maintain their stability throughout the day are exactly these minerals. It is more probable that you will have tremors, stiffness, or cramping with even the most fundamental actions if you do not have them. In point of fact, magnesium is sometimes referred to alone as the mineral that relaxes muscles. This is what calms spasms, smooths out nerve signals, and ensures that your legs continue to feel balanced, even when they are under pressure. And here is the scientific explanation for it. A study conducted by the French Institute of Mineral Nutrition found that older persons who consumed a breakfast consisting of high-fiber foods, such as steamed sweet potatoes paired with natural sea salt, saw a 41% improvement in their balance and almost 50% fewer falls and joint discomfort. Here is the correct way to carry out the task. Half of a sweet potato should be steamed until it is soft and delicate, just enough to activate those minerals without dominating the taste. Sprinkle a small teaspoon of Celtic sea salt directly on top of the dish. Ideally, consume it warm, 10 to 15 minutes before your main breakfast, after you have finished drinking your glass of warm water. You shouldn't consider this to be your primary meal. You might think of it as a primer, a mild method to switch on your muscles, replenish your legs, and set your body up for improved absorption throughout the morning. And whether you have been having trouble with shaky steps, sore calves, or that sense of weakness deep in the thighs, this one simple habit has the potential to silently transform everything. Because you will be fueling your legs in the appropriate way before the day even begins, when the majority of individuals are reaching for sugar or skipping breakfast completely. Allow me to leave you with 5 simple routines that will protect your legs on a daily basis, particularly after the age of 60. First thing in the morning, a glass of warm salt water. Drink a glass of warm water with a pinch of Celtic or Himalayan salt as soon as you wake up before you do anything else. Your muscles will be rehydrated, minerals that have been lost will be restored, and morning cramps will be eliminated completely. The second exercise is a fast balance drill. Maintain a tall stance, elevate 1 foot off the ground by a few inches, hold this position for 10 seconds, and then switch feet. Perform a total of 5 rounds. This improves your balance, strengthens your leg muscles, and reduces the likelihood of you falling right in your bedroom. Thirdly, you should not get out of bed too quickly. Bring your body into a seated position, rotate your wrists and ankles, and take 3 deep breaths. Your circulation will be revitalized, and you will be able to maintain your balance and not shake. Fourth, spend 5 minutes basking in the sun in the morning. Either take a seat by a window or go outside. When we get started, I would really appreciate it if you could tell me where you are coming from today. Leave a remark below, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask them. In addition, make sure you click the subscribe button and adjust your alert settings so that you are never left out of Senior Health's most helpful health advice. As a result, it stimulates the production of vitamin D, promotes calcium absorption, and maintains the strength of your bones and joints, particularly in the legs. It is important to avoid going too long without eating. When you wait for a longer period of time, your body will consume more muscle tissue. Even something as simple as a hard-boiled egg, a spoonful of oats, or a half of a sweet potato can help your body transition from a state of breakdown to one of rebuilding. If you combine these straightforward workouts with the appropriate breakfast, you will experience stronger steps, less cramps, and improved balance on a daily basis. Next, if you or someone you know is experiencing any kind of vision-related issue, I would want to share with you some natural remedies that can help enhance your vision. Please watch the video that is currently playing on your screen.